The Sorrows of Young Werther by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe is a deeply emotional and introspective novel told through a series of letters written by a young, sensitive artist named Werther. In these letters, addressed mostly to his friend Wilhelm, we witness Werther's inner world, his passions, hopes, disappointments, and ultimately the profound emotional suffering that leads him to a tragic end. The story explores the intensity of youthful love, the struggle between reason and emotion, and the devastating weight of unrequited affection. Werther begins his correspondence by describing his arrival in a peaceful rural village. Seeking comfort and inspiration in nature, he quickly becomes enchanted by the idyllic landscape, the simplicity of village life, and the tranquility that contrasts with the pressures of his old urban life. This peaceful beginning shapes Werther as a passionate, highly sensitive young man who feels the world with overwhelming intensity. Nature becomes both his refuge and a mirror of his soul. Its beauty fills him with joy, and its storms reflect his inner turmoil. Werther's life takes a dramatic turn when he attends a country dance and meets Charlotte Lot, a warm, caring, and charming woman who immediately captivates him. Lot cares for her younger siblings after her mother's death, and her nurturing nature, kindness, and lively spirit mesmerize Werther. He falls deeply, almost instantly, in love with her. Werther idealizes her, seeing her not just as a woman but as a symbol of everything pure and beautiful in the world. However, the joy of meeting her is shadowed by a painful reality. Lot is already engaged to a respectable, sensible man named Albert, who is away but soon to return. Even after learning this, Werther cannot distance himself. He becomes a close friend of both Lot and Albert, visiting them frequently. Albert is gentle, rational, and genuinely kind toward Werther, making the situation even more emotionally complex. Werther admires Albert but simultaneously resents him for being the man Lot has chosen. The three form an unusual triangle full of painful tension that grows with every interaction. Lot treats Werther with warmth and affection, seeing him as a dear friend, but she remains loyal to Albert. For Werther, her friendship feels like both heaven and torture. As Werther's attachment intensifies, he becomes increasingly unstable. He struggles with the impossibility of his desire and begins to experience deep emotional swings, from euphoric admiration to crushing despair. He isolates himself, writes long, passionate letters, and immerses himself in poetry and romantic ideals that only deepen his longing. His emotional world becomes a prison he cannot escape. Eventually, Werther recognizes that staying near Lot will destroy him. He leaves the village to work as a diplomatic official, hoping distance will heal him. But the rigid social environment frustrates him. The hypocrisy of court life suffocates him, and his emotional sensitivity clashes with the cold constraints of high society. Feeling misunderstood and out of place, Werther resigns from his position and returns to the one place he should not go, Lot's world. Upon returning, Werther finds that nothing has changed. His love for Lot burns even stronger, and her loyalty to Albert remains unshaken. Lot, sensing the danger of Werther's growing passion, gently tries to create distance, but Werther cannot accept it. He longs for her fully, hopelessly, impossibly. The emotional climax comes when Lot, sensing Werther's torment but wanting to maintain boundaries, asks him to stop visiting so often. This devastates Werther. In despair, he visits her one final time. They read together, a moment charged with emotion. Overwhelmed by the intensity, Werther expresses his love openly. And though Lot is moved by his pain, she pulls away and begs him never to return. This moment seals Werther's fate. Consumed by heartbreak, Werther writes a farewell letter, in which he expresses both his undying love for Lot and his inability to continue living in a world where he cannot be with her. He borrows Albert's pistols under the pretense of a trip and, later that night, takes his own life. He dies, slowly, discovered too late, and Lot collapses emotionally when she learns of his death, forever changed by the tragedy. Werther's death shakes the entire community, prompting reflection on the dangers of deep emotional turmoil, isolation, and the romantic glorification of suffering. Goethe's novel not only portrays the intensity of youthful passion, but also warns of the destructive potential of unchecked emotions. The Sorrows of Young Werther remains a powerful exploration of love, longing, and psychological vulnerability, an intimate portrait of a soul overwhelmed by the beauty and pain of feeling too deeply.
It was a very good book. Did you like it too? You can write your thoughts in the comments section. See you in the next summary.